All of us have been there, right? Moving a heavy couch up a narrow set of stairs or taking a test knowing that you know the answer, but your brain is currently on the blue screen. I hate those. Maybe like me, you just want a six-pack of abs, but can't let go of those powdered donuts calling their name in the fridge. What I'm getting at is we've all had moments when we wanted to be able to upgrade ourselves in some way. And many of us do this by going to the gym to get that, nope, not here. But there are times where I wish my upgrades were a little bit more substantial. Like if I could shot put this couch to the second floor of my house, or get six-pack of abs with 2-day shipping so I can keep eating these delicious powdered donuts. Why can't life just let us be great? Well, life might be changing its mind sooner than you think. What it do, I'm Lumi, and welcome to the Benchtop. This is the rabbit hole series where we take pop culture ideas and dig a little bit deeper. And don't click off this video if you don't play video games, because I will find you and I will fight you. I'm not joking. Well, on December 10th, a game called Cyberpunk 2077 will be released to the light of many gamers around the world who've been waiting for this game for a long time. Cyberpunk is set in dystopian future Night City, where neon signs and guns are like opinions. Everyone has one. Even has Keanu Reeves in it, so yeah, that's reason to play it right there. Now, the part that interests me is one theme the game explores, and that is body modification. And I'm not talking about tattoos or piercings, I'm talking about cyborgs. See, in this future setting, you're able to live out your Blade Runner fantasies by upgrading your body to help you tackle challenges differently. You could get upgrades to increase your strength so you can just bulldoze through doors, or you can put a cable in your arm to hack nearby devices, like Scorpion and Cyrax had a baby. At one point during development, there were even plans to have retractable spider arms that could help you climb like Spider-Man if he was more like praying mantis man rather than spider, but you know what I mean. Now, while you can buy a lot of things on the internet nowadays, you can't quite buy cybernetic arms to help you lift 20-ton doors, at least not yet. But there are some cool things being worked on right now that could be at a Walmart upgrade center near you in the near future. But before we dive too far down the rabbit hole, let's define something first. What does it mean to be a cyborg anyways? As defined by self-described cyborg NL Park, a cyborg has to meet this criteria. It's a human who has an electronic device that's implanted surgically. This device has to enhance their senses in some way and must be implanted willingly. Now, when searching topics like cybernetic enhancements or cyborgs in general, you'll come across a lot of discussion around the ethics and transhumanism. And though those are important for us to discuss, for this video, we're just gonna take all those ideas, put it in this box along with our failed hopes and dreams, put it on the floor, and then push it underneath the bench top like day-old fries. Cool. Now I know what you're thinking. Lumi, what else is there to talk about? There's no one who's making true cybernetic enhancements right now. See, that's where you're wrong. A few months ago, you may have caught a video of Elon Musk talking about Neuralink. Neuralink is a small electronic device that can be surgically implanted in your brain by this fancy dandy robot. The device can be connected to a certain portion of your brain, and the information received can be sent to a computer wirelessly. In the future, Elon and Neuralink hope to be able to use this technology to help people connect with the devices around them without having to physically touch them. Though there was much fanfare when Neuralink first went live, it was not the first to do this though. In fact, this type of technology dates all the way back to 2002. Yep, that's back when the Bourne Identity and Ice Age came out, and the year before Keanu started in The Matrix Reloaded. One of the earliest examples of this idea was created by startup company Cyberkinetics out of Brown University. It took the work that started at Brown and developed it into what is now known as the BrainGate Neural Interface System, or BrainGate for short. This system aimed to empower those limited motor function by developing a system that can take their brain activity and convert that to physical motion. Now known by the clearly more clever name BrainGate 2, they really should call Elon's people for better names, the project is now spearheaded by several entities like Case Western University, Brown University, the US Department of Veteran Affairs, Stanford University, and the Massachusetts General Hospital. Demonstrations of BrainGate 2 are honestly wild. I mean, does this not look like something out of the Matrix? It's just less green and less Mr. Anderson. Here's one demonstration where this paralyzed woman was not only able to pick up this coffee mug, but could bring it to her mouth and drink out of it. By the way, this was back in 2012. That's when the first Hunger Games and Avengers came out. 2012 was a pretty good movie year. Now you might be thinking, how is this possible? And honestly, in concept, it's pretty simple. When you use your computer and type on a keyboard, you complete a circuit and produce an electrical signal. That signal then travels through the wiring of your keyboard to the computer where it's decoded. That decoded message is translated into something that your screen can understand, whereby let's say the letter D shows up. So this process is broken down into 3 steps: input, translation, and output. Surprise, surprise, your body works the same way. When you see something you want to pick up, your sight acts as your input. All of your senses act as inputs actually. Like smelling something burning on a stove or hearing the loud bang of your delivery man punting your new PS5 at your door. Your brain then interprets that signal and decodes it, much like your computer does. Now, it's your brain's job to take this information and translate it into another signal for you to move your limbs so you can go turn off the stove or call customer service to get a new PS5. Your brain functions with these same 3 steps just like your computer does. And also like your computer, your brain functions through a series of electrical signals. These signals travel through your body using neurons and are generated by a series of chemical reactions. I won't get into the nitty-gritty of exactly how this works, but suffice it to say, your body and your computer are more alike than you think. Now, people who suffer diseases like ALS, have had major spinal injuries or limb loss, they're able to complete the input step by using things like sight and hearing. They can take these input signals and translate them and create the signals that can be sent to their limbs to perform the output. The problem is that output signal can't be sent because the connection is cut. It's like if I cut the connection from your computer to your display. You can type all you want to and your computer is able to translate it, but that display is not going to show anything if there's no connection. Communication from their brain to their limbs doesn't work, and that's where things like BrainGate 2 aim to fill the gap, allowing users to control things like robotic limbs, tablets, and smartphones. The secret sauce here is being able to decipher your brain's messages correctly and communicate that with whatever the interface is. In being the bridge, BrainGate 2 acts like a second translation step, allowing the user to have the output they desire. Now let's circle back to Neuralink in its current state. Neuralink, in my opinion, does not seem to be the same as BrainGate 2. When the pig's nose touches something, it beeps and outputs information on the display. So all 3 steps are occurring, and this is great, but it doesn't show that these signals are being understood or what the pig is thinking. It's just telling you that there's a signal from the nose to the brain. Now, I'm not saying Neuralink is bad, but I'm saying that they're aiming towards 2 different purposes, and a cursory look through their websites will make this very clear. BrainGate 2 is really focused on restoring or giving the ability of motor function to those that don't have it, fighting both disease and injury, and looking to restore the connection to the physical world. Neuralink, though it has potential to do the same, seems to be aimed at not restoring motor function, but convenience for the masses, to be able to change the channel without the need for a remote, or click the link to my last video in the icon right up there. In other words, to help you seamlessly connect with the world around you and remove that requirement for physical interaction. They really are solving both sides of the same equation. The cool thing about both approaches is that both sides of that equation are the beginning stages of the cyborgs you see in Cyberpunk 2077. So as you romp around Night City and all those neon signs and shiny cars and RGB people, the reality is that Cyberpunk is already real life, and CD Projekt Red can't write a more real story than that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like on it and subscribe so you don't miss the next visit down the rabbit hole. The temperature down here is actually pretty nice, and I should probably come down here more often. I'm Lumi, thanks for watching, and remember, keep thinking.